Imagine a world where the US dollar is just another currency, not the global standard. A Brazilian farmer sells coffee to Vietnam, trading in dong or yuan, no dollars needed. International trade becomes a marketplace of many currencies, not just the dollar. The economic fate of nations is no longer tied to US decisions or crises. Central banks diversify reserves, holding more currencies and gold. The price of goods worldwide is less dependent on the dollar's strength. Global financial news focuses on several economic blocks, not just Washington. This vision is called de-dollarization, a movement gaining momentum. For decades, the dollar has been the world's reserve currency, giving the US immense power. Now, more countries are quietly seeking ways to trade and grow without relying on the greenback. The slow, complex shift away from dollar dominance could reshape the global order. To understand the dollar's power, we go back to 1944, Bretton Woods. With Europe and Asia in ruins, 44 nations chose the US dollar as the anchor for global finance. Currencies were pegged to the dollar, and the dollar was pegged to gold. The US held most of the world's gold, making the dollar as good as gold. This system fueled global growth and made the dollar central to trade and reserves. But by the 1960s, US spending outpaced its gold reserves. Countries demanded gold for their dollars, straining the system. In 1971, Nixon ended dollar-gold convertibility. The Nixon shock. Bretton Woods collapsed, but the world had become so dependent on the dollar, it remained dominant. The dollar's legacy, as the world's financial backbone, was set. Even without gold, no alternative emerged. The dollar's reign continued. After Bretton Woods, the dollar's dominance could have faded, but oil changed everything. In the 1970s, the US struck a deal with Saudi Arabia, price oil in dollars, get US security. Oil-rich nations invested their profits in US assets, creating the petrodollar system. Now, every country needed dollars to buy oil, fueling constant global demand. The dollar was no longer backed by gold, but by oil, the world's lifeblood. This gave the US an exorbitant privilege. It could print the currency everyone needed. The US could borrow cheaply and run deficits others couldn't. More importantly, the dollar became a powerful tool for sanctions. The US can cut off countries from the global financial system by denying dollar access. We've seen this with Iran, North Korea, and Russia. This weaponization of the dollar has made many nations uneasy. Even allies worry about their economic sovereignty. The petrodollar system cemented US financial power. The dollar's power and its use in sanctions has sparked a global search for alternatives. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are leading the charge. They're trading more in local currencies, especially after sanctions on Russia. Russia now sells energy to China and India in rubles and yuan. India settles trade with the UAE in rupees. Central banks in China, Russia and others are stockpiling gold as a hedge. Gold can't be sanctioned or devalued by any one country. China has built its own payment system, CIPS, to rival SWIFT. These efforts are laying the groundwork for a parallel financial system, the gold global commerce that doesn't rely on the dollar or US banks. It's a slow process, but the foundations are being built. Despite these efforts, the dollar's dominance is far from over. No other currency matches the dollar's stability, liquidity, and trust. The US Treasury market is the world's largest and safest. In crises, investors flock to the dollar, not away from it. The euro faces internal challenges. The yuan isn't fully open or trusted. The global financial system is built around the dollar. Changing it would be costly and disruptive. Trillions in loans and contracts are denominated in dollars. For now, using the dollar is simply easier for global business. The future is likely a gradual shift, not a sudden collapse. The world may move toward a multipolar system with the dollar sharing the stage. De-dollarization is an evolution, not a revolution. The story of global money is changing, but the dollar's chapter isn't over yet.